Hey there, how's it going? Got two announcements for you guys today, so let's start with public testing. What does that mean? Well, the same way our testing team internally has been able to test the update and everything I've been showing so far, you guys will be able to do that publicly. We don't believe we're going to have any limitations on this. It will just be install the mod pack, the update version, and then play. Obviously, you won't have your stats because it's very early. I'm anticipating it to be either alpha or pre-beta testing. So with that in mind, do expect many bugs with it. It's not going to be a seamless experience because this is early in development. This public testing period will take place in December, but it's not limited. The plan right now is to start sometime in December and just go up until the update releases. So on that note, throughout development, we've come across a lot of cool ideas, a lot of cool features that we've decided need to be included in this update to make it everything we want it to be, and everything we've conceptualized it to be, right? So as such, we'll no longer be able to release in 2025. But let's talk about some of those features and some of those cool ideas that have led to this decision. So first, we have melee combat, right? We're remaking melee combat from the ground up. Almost nothing about it will work the same as it does right now. We're looking to achieve a Xenoverse 2, just generally arena fighter mechanics, right? Something that hasn't really been done before in Minecraft, so there's a lot there. I'm already pretty happy with where it is. If you want to check out this video on screen, combat demo showing where Melee was at. Key, I anticipate, will be at that same level as Melee in about a week or two if development continues how it has been, right? So with that in mind, we have both Melee and Key being remade completely from scratch. Almost all of it will work differently than what you've come to expect on Dragon Ball Follow as it is, or just DBC in general, right? So both of those systems being remade are huge in and of themselves, but let's talk about some of the other things coming with this. Obviously, we've seen animations. Both players and NPCs will be animated. So every animation the player will have, the NPCs will also have, whether it's moving, fighting, shooting key attacks, all of that. On the topic of what the NPCs can do, the goal is they could do everything. They could block, they could parry, they could fly, they can shoot key attacks. Everything you could do, the NPC will be able to do, making the enemy AI greatly improved from what it is now, because they're just a zombie walking at you with high damage numbers. Okay? Enemy AI overhaul entails much of the NPCs being updated. We have some 280 quests and I think 200 something challengers individually. So there's a lot of NPCs to update and change with new scripting, new this, new that. There's a lot, okay? So I also, with this, I want to take the opportunity to make some bosses cooler. No promises for what that will look like, but we have some things cooking up that might make it. But some of those ideas are things like giving them unique key attacks, giving them tons of just little interesting mechanics to make certain bosses a spectacle, right? That will take time, but that's the goal, whether it's this update or a future update. On the topic of those special key attacks, you guys might be getting special key attacks this update. Just things like Kamehameha, Gallic Gun, the simple variations of the key moves, right? You have a wave, okay, let's give you a couple special moves to go with that. Different animations, you might be able to use the animation on your custom one. Okay, we're not going to get too much into that, but that's an idea I've floated a couple times now. Feel free to give feedback down below. Talking about stats, we're changing a lot of the stats. I'll just point to this video because there's too much to explain. TLDR, strength and will, one stat. Dex won't exist. Defense will just completely come from other sources, so you won't have a stat you upgrade to get more defense. Instead, you'll upgrade your health stat, which is now its own stat, as well as stamina. So Constitution became stamina and health, meaning you put points into health, and that will be your main source of defense as it is. A lot of games, you just have a big health pool rather than a lot of defense. You're still going to have defense. You'll still be able to nullify damage from weak enemies, all of those things. Again, watch this video. It explains it better than I can in this short period of time, okay? Skill tree kind of ties into stats, melee, key combat, all of it. Skill tree, I have a video for that, of course, but skill tree, the idea is to bring a lot more RPG and stat mechanics into this, right? Now that strength and will be one stat in power, there needs to be some good way to make it that you're a melee build beyond just playing a warrior class, right? There needs to be a way that you could still be warrior or spiritualist, so everyone's not just forced to be a martial artist now. And that's kind of where skill tree comes in, as well as being able to level, like to progress key moves and maybe something akin to that in Melee. We'll see. But skill tree is a big part of that, and that's something we want to do this up. I've touched on most of the main features. There's some other things like PvP might get some love. I can say PvP will at least be playable. It will at least be just as playable as it is now with the entire new combat system to boast. So that will be good. But in the future, we might do some actual PvP systems, like a dueling system, maybe a tournament system. Well, that's a way later thing because those are a big time sink in terms of development. But I know a lot of people love PvP, and that's definitely something I'm interested in doing. So with the aforementioned public testing, you guys will be able to get in and test all of these things as they're added in development. There will probably be some videos specifically around this, like announcing big changes to the public testing. Basically, you guys are getting an early access period for the combat update, which is something we've never done before. We've never done public testing to this extent. Closest we did was beta testing for MP3, where it was a application based thing and blah blah blah. There's like 200 people or something in that, maybe 150, but this one's going to be a lot bigger scale because literally anyone can join. So if you're interested in trying the combat update, you'll just be able to jump in and mess around with it. So we look forward to this. As a great way to get feedback and have you guys help us shape the update. So I just want to thank you guys for watching this video. I really appreciate you guys for checking out all of these videos and staying patient with this update. I know it's been a while, but, you know, doing the best we can. Solo developer here, of course. So me and the team are doing the best to bring you guys this update, hopefully as soon as possible. Stay tuned for the public testing. There will be more announcements regarding that. Yeah, catch you later. Thanks for watching.